Greetings, Fright Nights and Monster Girls. I'm Count Jackula.
And I'm the horror guru.
And we just saw We Are the Flesh.
Oh, God, did we see it?
All right, story time, children. This is how we encountered the movie We Are the Flesh. We had heard about it, but we hadn't watched it. All we knew is it was some sort of horror movie from Mexico that had something to do with fucking and depravity. So I was obviously very interested.
One of those extreme movies we hear about through the horror grapevine.
Yeah. And every time there's been an extreme movie, it's been I know it becomes one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, shit like Baskin and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
yeah, shit like Baskin, fucking Serbian Film.
Yeah.
Greasy Strangler. Fuck yeah, that's great shit. So, story time, kids. This is how we actually finally were able to encounter this film.
He watched it first, mind you.
Yeah. Yeah. So, we're hanging out at my buddy Anthony's place on July 4th because we'd like to get over at his place and party on July 3rd and then like fucking see
barbecue.
And barbecue. And
s'mores. Fucked up movies. You know, the American dream.
Yeah, the American dream. And so Anthony's like, hey man, I got this movie. It's called We Are the Flesh. I'm going to put it on the fucking projector. And I'm like, holy shit. I heard of that movie. I hadn't had a chance to see it yet. Yeah, fucking hook that one up, Holmes. And he does. We get about 20 minutes in. I'm watching it going, this movie's great. I am loving this. And everyone's like, I'm actually sitting in the back with Flashman going, I don't know why people why people are feeling uncomfortable.
All right.
It's just an incest scene.
Well, let me explain this. Okay, that's his perspective. My perspective is I'm sitting in the other room hanging out with a bunch of people, chatting it up. And all of a sudden, like, a caravan of people start coming in from the other room, looking traumatized and horrified, like someone had just raped their kid or some shit. Like, these people looked like they had seen some shit and they needed, like, a stiff drink. Yep. And we're just like, what the hell happened? It's like, Mexican incest porn? And I was just like, what? And so that was all the context I got. And then so we get back from the party and all that shit. We find out this movie is on Amazon. We throw it on.
Oh, yeah. I insist we throw it on because at the point that people leave the movie, Anthony's like, okay, why don't we try something else? And I'm like, what? But I'm like, I got to finish this movie, dude. So we get home. Turns out it's on Shudder. Mm-hmm. So this movie's on Shudder.
That's right. We watched it through Amazon Shudder.
Yeah. And you could also rent it on Amazon Prime if you don't have Shudder because that's how that works. And I'm like watching this. Click. All right. So strap in, kids.
Yeah. Strap in is yeah.
All right.
Appropriate action.
Somewhere, sometime, society has fallen apart, and one lone man who is obsessed with egg crates creates a distillery so that he can create LSD and gasoline.
Yep.
To fuel.
Which I'm glad he was there because I would have no idea what this guy was doing.
Yeah. Because I'm like looking at it.
Had Jack not explained to me what he was doing, because I was just like, I don't fucking know. What's he doing with rotten eggs and yeast? Like,
yeah. Rotten eggs and moldy bread. Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, he's cooking up LSD. Like,
I'm like, okay, that's a nice little bit of context. Now, mind you, that is the only explanation for anything that happens in this movie I will get for the rest of the viewing of this movie. So I was really confused.
Yeah, that's all you need to know is the man has heat, he has energy, and he has acid. So while he is freaking out, just doing random ass looking shit. Like
banging on his drum. He does that for about like 5 minutes in one shot.
Yeah. 5 minutes in this movie. This guy banging on a drum for no reason. He also is destroying furniture left and right. Yep, he is gathering huge amounts of fucking
taping wood together.
And you're like, what? All of a sudden, two like 18-year-old, maybe somewhere between like 16 and 18-year-old kids.
They're teenagers, obviously.
Teenagers, obviously, yeah. Break into his place. And
They're brother and sister.
yeah, he invites them to live with him. They accept.
I'm not sure if it's an invitation so much as they try to take his place. He gets mad and then basically locks them in.
Yeah. Yeah, but like, how to put it, he's really both simultaneously really creepy and really polite about it.
Yeah, which makes it more creepy.
Yeah, it's super creepy. But he also somehow gets eggs from the basement because
There's some weird exchange he does where he puts shit on this plate and then puts it under, and then they give him either meat or eggs and shit.
Yeah.
It's never really explained where this comes from, because at the end of the day, there is no explanation because it's all a metaphor.
Yeah. It's all metaphor. So, these kids help him make his weird art project, which kind of turns into like
he turns it into a cave. He turns the basically this one room in their building they're in into this giant like Plato's cave.
Yeah. They then get high, and he starts developing a relationship with the sister, and then he tells the brother to fuck his own sister. And the sister's super into this.
Yep, and the brother's not.
Brother's not, because he's like, ah! And this is the point where everyone else stopped watching the movie at Anthony's place.
Well, I think you're bearing the lead here. They actually do fuck.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't simulated sex. This is actually the...
Yeah, the actors actually do it.
So you have this brother and sister blowjob scene happening in widescreen.
Yeah, artfully framed. Like, it's possible that the cock itself is like a fucking prosthetic, but nothing is left to the imagination.
It's possible. It's a very good prosthetic.
Yeah.
You get nice up close and personal with that dick.
Yeah. There's porn shots of this stuff going on. There are a lot of close-ups of like her vagina.
Yeah.
And then his cock on his balls. Just sort of sitting there, moving a little bit. You know, because that's the way cock and balls do.
This is all stuff you needed to see.
It's every fucking single goddamn frame.
And here's the thing, that's the tip of the iceberg. That's just the tip of this movie.
Yeah. A lot more shit happens. Because that's at, what, the 25-minute mark?
Yeah. And from then on, you get, like, more incest. You get nasty shit or piss or blood-covered sex.
Yep.
You get old man sex. You get cannibalism. You get weird cannibalism orgies.
Yeah. But the moment the movie really becomes the movie that you're watching is spoiler territory. So let's just spoilers. Okay. So, the old man dies in the middle of the movie because he comes so hard watching the brother and sister have sex that he just dies. So the kids put him in his own room so he can just die and decay. The sister keeps trying to get the brother to fuck her. He keeps saying no because ew. Mm-hmm. And then so she starts masturbating on top of the old guy's corpse.
And he starts masturbating in, like, the corridor.
Yeah.
To his sister that he didn't want to fuck. So.
Yeah. Yeah, but at some point, they finally, like, get together, admit their sexual attraction, and then the old guy comes back to life.
He is birthed from the cave.
Yep. He's birthed from the cave.
Didn't at one point he called, like, the sister mom or something? It was some weird shit like
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very obvious that the girl is
The thing is about this movie is that things just happen. There's no rhyme or reason, and it's all part of some sort of larger metaphor that there is no way I would understand because it's all steeped in Mexican culture.
Yeah. Like the young girl is very obviously, like, quote unquote the virgin mother, if not mean, you know. So she metaphorically births the old man. She's actually quite fond of the old man.
Yeah.
despite the fact that he's constantly got creepy rape face.
Super creepy rape face. This
Yeah.
guy was amazing.
Oh my god.
This guy's got like that kind of guy who laughs face. It's
yeah. It reminded me. It was like Papa from fucking Baskin.
Oh yeah.
He doesn't look anything like him. But it's that same kind of face where you look at the guy and you're like, I am never forgetting that.
Nope.
I'm never forgetting that look.
Never in a million years.
No. So
he had a great smile.
Yeah. At one point, the sister calls the brother Lucifer because that's his name.
Yeah, but they also call him Skeletor for most of the movie.
Yeah. In the beginning, the old guy just calls him Skeletor.
Yeah,
because he's skinny.
Yeah.
And then the girl refers to him as Lucifer, as if that's like just his name.
Yeah.
And then a giant orgy breaks out. Oh, no, not quite yet. The orgy happens later. But they start dragging people into the cave to kill them.
Yep. Kill them, drink their blood, eat their
flesh, all that stuff.
There's this whole touching scene in which they sing with this one guy in his last moments.
Yeah. They sing like the Mexican national anthem.
Yeah.
And then they kill him.
Yep.
Because
it's a movie steeped with social commentary. Now the problem is, I have no idea what the commentary is, but I like fucked up movies.
Being an American, this is obviously very specific to Mexico.
Yeah.
And at the end, there's a huge fucking like drug orgy.
Yep.
And then a character.
The old guy basically says, "I want you to feast upon me."
That's right.
And this triggers a whole bunch of people randomly appearing in the cave, eating his flesh, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Well, they eat him alive.
And they're fucking at the same time.
Yeah. Which is like clear Jesus metaphor. Like, this is my body.
Yeah, eat my flesh. And probably taking LSD at the same time as my son.
Yeah, definitely. This is my body. Take of me and you shall have eternal life and blah, 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 blah. And the twist at the end of the movie is it's happening in modern day. It's happening right now as a character we've never seen before goes from the orgy,
who may be a man or maybe a woman.
Yeah. Because it's either a girl with a beard, an intersex person, or just a raver who's just like dressed that way. It is obviously intentionally, there's intentional gender fuckery happening, but the movie doesn't explain why. Yep. It just is. And then he walks out and it's the streets of modern Mexico City, and then movie ends.
It's a really touching story, really.
It's a touching
story.
Yeah.
It's family entertainment for everybody.
Yeah, like there's a lot of fucking things that happen. Like you got the old hermit, like he's alone, but he's got his drugs.
I don't know
and the
why.
Kids show up, and then they start fucking and eating people, and
this would make a great double
rape
feature
happens.
With that other movie we saw recently. By that movie that the rapper did, Kuso
Yeah.
and this great double features.
Yeah, this and Kuso are great double features.
I don't know why. Like Kuso should have broken me, but didn't. But this movie did for some reason.
Well, like Kuso's just gross.
Yeah.
This one gets you in the genitals.
It's like watching a movie like Kuso, but directed by like someone like Jodorowsky. Like where it's like meaningful fucked upness.
Yeah, it's meaningful fucked upness, even if you're not entirely sure what it is, but it's very obviously there. Like, this whole movie fucking plays like someone literally going, dude, I had this one fucking trip. You know what? I'm gonna make a movie about it because I know it means something. Well,
I'm sure it means a lot. It means a total lot. But even if you don't know what this movie's about, it's an experience and a half.
Oh, God, yeah. It's just complete mind fuckery.
Absolutely.
You think you know fucked up movies. No. This is one of the ones you gotta watch. You gotta watch We Are the Flesh.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
see how your ability to handle a fucked up movie stacks the fuck up. It's a challenge.
If you don't like movies with subtitles, you don't have to worry too much. There's not much dialogue in it.
There's not a lot of talking. And to be honest, I think that subtitles are a little mistimed.
They're weird. They were weird when we watched it, because there are points where I'm like, there's subtitles there, but no one said anything. Is that intentional or is that a fucky?
Yeah. Did they fuck up or did they do that on purpose? It's kind of hard to tell.
That was weird,
Yeah. But I'm gonna be super honest. If you like fucked up movies, I recommend it. If you don't like movies that are this fucked up, I'm gonna call you a pussy. Pussy. And with that said, thumbs way up your sister's butt. Maybe a couple of fingers in her cooch. And where can they find you, Horror Guru?
They can find me at the Horror Guru on Twitter, on Twitch, on YouTube. Look me up, you will find me.
You can find me, obviously, here on YouTube. We stream every Thursday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and Sunday at 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You can also follow me on Twitter if you want to watch me, like, lose my mind over some political thing and then post pictures of girls with big tits and occult symbols.
That sums it up, yeah.
Yeah, that's my outlet for, like, hey, I need to share, look at this girl's tits. Like, I share that. Oh, look at this girl's pussy. Like, I share that. Look at this tattoo. Bam. Oh, yeah, by the way, have you ever considered how the goddess Kali really is just all about, like, hairy pussy? You're into that idea? You should follow me on Twitter at @count_Jackula. Don't be a wanker. Don't be a puss.
Pulling out the wanker, man.
Yeah. And you can also follow me on Twitch, where I sometimes stream games that I've played. I'm currently playing Ruiner, which is a cyberpunk shoot 'em up game. It's a lot of fun. And until then, until next time, Fright Nights and Monster Girls.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Ave Satanas, Disco Inferno, and remember to keep watching fucked up movies.